Greetings gamers, good day. I recently played the beta test of Killing Floor 3 and the game is just a different game altogether from the previous games. Now I do not normally do videos talking about the state of certain video games, but the Killing Floor series has a special place on my heart even since I was a kid. Though with that being said, let's talk about what I experienced in Killing Floor 3's beta test. Let's go! Number 1. The main menu and the Stronghold hub. The starting main menu with your character as part of the background looks awesome, along with the music that is being played by Synthetic, the big boss patriarch himself, and how epic the music sounds. I can listen to the music all day and just AFK on the main menu. Next, the Stronghold hub. Now as a first timer on the area, it looks well designed and makes you want to explore more and uncover the locked rooms. And it even has a shooting range to test your weapons and any attachments that you want to test. My feedback, however, is whenever I changed it into a different specialist, the game spawns you back on the starting point. This was quite annoying for me since I have to move again onto the hub just to access the control panel. Until I realized later that I can just press tab as a shortcut access to the panel. Number 2, the helicopter sequence. It looks cool that you're getting into the chopper, either alone or with people. My only feedback for this is I hope that they implement a system where the timer has automatic startup and will directly teleport all players into the chopper if the timer runs out. Number 3. Now, as an old player of the series, I hope that they implement an option where I can just click play multiplayer from the main menu and then the in-game control panel will show up, so I don't have to walk around and directly just change my specialist, skill tree, cosmetics, the weapons, and the map that I'm going to play at. You know, the classic way on how to join a game. If only there was a server browser, I would have used it 99% of the time, than waiting for the matchmaking. But what, but why would anyone need a server browser when there's a matchmaking system? I mean, come on, the server browser has been part of the game's history ever since the Killing Floor mod days on the Unreal Tournament. Without the server browser, it's like removing a piece of identity the game has. So please consider. Thank you. Before I proceed, by the way, they announced that they canceled their planned developer livestream scheduled for today. My speculations is that they are going to plan a roadmap for the first year of Killing Floor 3, since they will not most likely delay the release date, and from there gradually add, fix, or change most of the stuff, animations, sounds, effects, and other features. And I hope that they will be successful for this and get the player base into a good hope that the game will be in good hands. Alright, number 2, optimization. Now, I'm not an optimized tech nerd that knows every best setting the game has. As I'm just able to play with stable 60 plus frames, I'm good. The only issue I faced with this game is that I cannot switch to DirectX 11 or DX11 on the launch options for the Killing Floor 3. And since there was a lock parameter that the game client will be launched on DirectX 12 or the X12 only. And the beta game client caused my whole system to suddenly shut down one time and just restarts itself. I was like, I never experienced this before, even on the other Unreal Engine 5 games or Helldivers 2. Hopefully, this will be fixed on the next build. Number 3. Animations. Now, the animations, particularly on the guns and the Zeds, are part of the identities what made Killing Floor into what it is today. Killing Floor has always been known by having the best gunplay and animation ever since its starting days. It has kick, it makes you feel good, and has impact on each shot that you inflict on the Zeds. Even Zeds felt those projectile impacts. The movements were smooth, and the small details are well animated. I mean, look at those flashbang grinders, man. They rotate while they are chasing or attacking. Looking back, I may have taken granted on how good those animations were.
Perhaps I treated you too harshly.
On Killing Floor 3, almost all, if not all, are not the same as it was before. I have never seen such a downgrade ever since I watched the video comparisons. But hey, we got laser beams!
Look, laser beams!
On certain weapons, I mean, where's my HM Tech 401 assault rifle on Medic? That gun was like the good and probably the best gun ever added on Killing Floor 2. The plasma or laser rounds are not my type of ammo and would rather use the good old-fashioned way. Tripwire? Please, you better do something about this, or it will be ridiculed up to its last day. I'm no expert on animations, but yet most animations on the guns and Zeds look like stop motion, or have certain frames have been cut. So I hope this will be changed on a different future build. Thank you. Number 4. Specialist and skill trees. Up to this point of the video, there's not a single official video or discussion thread about reverting the specialist back to perks and not tied to the characters. Though seeing it has not been changed, Tripwire seems to intend on pushing to the players that they are serious with this change. Now correct me if I'm wrong on this one. As I have played in the beta test, I get the idea of this change, and pretty much I would consider all of the specialists as survivalist tier perk from Killing Floor 2. You heard me? But why? Because there's no stats indicating that every level you raise on the character, no additional stats on the damage on like the weapons that are being given to the specialist like Foster with his assault rifles, no movement speed buff, no weapon discount, nor any other stats. And the game is forcing you to off-perk. How? Because on the skill tree, it doesn't mention that you are forced to use your specialist weapon arsenal. The skill tree rather gives you options to use any weapon that uses specific ammo types. For example, Foster is using ballistic ammo, Sharpshooter on ballistic and cold damage, Ninja using cut damage, and so on. In short summary, any specialist can deal extra damage using specific ammo types on any weapon by using specific skills that reflects on this on their skill tree. All of those stats that are on the skill tree, you can also upgrade them using a new feature called proficiency points. And to add during the match, you cannot change your skill tree or specialist even on trader time. So you are stuck to whatever skills that you selected on the Stronghold tab. Though I hope that Tripwire adds a feature that you can change your skill tree per wave or before the match, just like the previous games or Killing Floor 2. But that does not change the fact that I still dislike the specialist and would prefer the original that the characters are not tied to the perks. I have been enjoying the standard military soldier outfits and also have been a DJ Scully and Mr. Foster main throughout the series. And I hope that Tripwire will consider this in the future. Number 5. Crafting and attachments. Attachments are like one of the most requested feature on the Killing Floor series, and as a player, I am glad that it is finally been added into the game. Though to craft said attachments, you need a schematic for each attachment, in which you can find after finishing a match. And to craft them, you need materials. The materials can be obtained while you play a match, be it kill a set or destroy props or objects, and you need to finish the match in order for the materials to be gathered on the end. Also, did I forget to mention that you can upgrade your attachments level and unlock an extra stat? Extra stat. Apparently, the game gives you that choice. Though this may be quite a grind to do, your very stats on the damage, accuracy, recoil, and such depends on your gun. So craft wisely. Number 6. The Trader. It's kinda sad that the game doesn't support the weight system anymore, because that has been a staple identity since the Killing Floor mod days. And they introduced a different system where you can only carry two primaries, one pistol, few grenades, and limited stims. Gone are the days where you can carry multiple weapons. Though my feedback for this is I hope that they bring back the weight system or include a skill on the skill tree where we can either change the extra grenade slot or be able to carry a different weapon rather than extra grenades. And I hope that they be able to consider that. Number 7. The sounds and the music. Boy, do I miss the punchy and impactful gun sounds of the old weapons from the previous games, especially the double barrel shotgun. While the new weapons sounds are close to realistic or futuristic, it is expected that it's not like the same that we used to hear. The only sounds that I like so far on the new game is the MP6 and the suppressed sounds that the weapons emit when they are firing. Though probably they may change some of the sounds like they did with Killing Floor 2 during its early access days. I hope that Killing Floor 3 will do the same for certain weapons only. As for the music, I heard some Killing Floor 2 music, as they are probably some placeholders for now, and most of the new songs still kicks and sound good to my ears to listen to. The music is one of the good things that they added for the game. My suggestion for them is to add a legacy music playlist like Payday, where the players can select or add what music they would like to hear while playing in the match. Even Tekken 8, another Unreal Engine 5 game, has a music playlist as well, where the player can change the music to play at specific stages. So Tripwire, please, I hope you consider this. Thank you. Number 8. Texture or overall settings and lighting. As much as the game is trying to retain the same color palettes of the original games, it gradually lost its lighting and art style on the new game. With their new atmosphere and art direction using Unreal Engine 5, the settings, for me, looks bland to play at, and the bright or gray-white walls and the floors, especially on certain maps like city streets, looks really out of place for a Killing Floor game. Though I hope that they will adjust some of the lightings. The series, however, has been known with its grunge theme maps, the abandoned and dirty surroundings, and the dim light sources. So Tripwire, please do something about this. I know you guys are capable of changing something like this. Thank you. Number 9. The gameplay. To be fair for Killing Floor 3, on the course of the 21 hours gameplay that I did for the game, it is safe to say that I sincerely enjoyed and had fun while playing the game. Though there were bugs and glitches most of the time, those can be easily ignored, since they will most likely fix this, I hope. If I did not exactly had any fun, or just feel depressed on the state of the game, I would have quit earlier than I intended. So, I tried to play more games so I can grasp the game's direction, and my conclusion is that the game is just on a different level than the previous games. It looks like they are catering to a different player base and wants the old player base to get used to their new standard. Though I do not blame the old player base if they do not like the new pace of the new game. Heck, my Steam and Discord friends, almost all of them lost interest for Killing Floor 3. And there's like a few percentage of them remain that already pre-ordered the game. And I almost forgot the HUD. Now the HUD is something that I personally do not like. It looks clustered to me and not the type of HUD that Killing Floor would have. I still prefer the minimalistic type that the previous games have. Though to address this dilemma, I think it is best for Tripwire to include an option to have a legacy type of HUD and the new HUD altogether, so players can change at will what HUD they will choose. More freedom of choice, My final conclusion, though they will most likely fix the plaguing bugs and glitch on the game, other than that, the game is in playable state. With lots of critical feedback on the game's identity, it's quite uncertain if the launch day on March will be successful. Though I would like to remind all the gamers to please vote with your wallet. As for me, I will be waiting for another showcase video from Tripwire on what things they changed or added before the actual launch day. So until then, I will be holding my pre-order, since the pre-order bonus for me is not even worth it. So, I hope that the game will be successful, and I really want the Killing Floor 3 to succeed. So this is it for me for now. Thank you for reaching to the end of this video, and I will see you guys later.